Hey folks, welcome. Here we discuss real stories by real people. Today we have the story of a man who finds out his girlfriend has been making advances to all his friends. Let's see how it goes. Story 1. I, 29 male, met this amazing woman named Lisa, 32, at a party. We hit it off instantly, and I was over the moon. Little did I know, this was going to be one heck of a roller coaster ride. Lisa was my first venture into dating someone older, and man, was it exhilarating at first. We hit it off like two peas in a pod, and life was good. But then things started to get a bit complicated. Within just 3 months of dating, Lisa somehow managed to become best buddies with almost all of my male friends. I mean, it was like she had a magic spell on them. But here's the kicker. My friends didn't seem to like her, except for this one guy, Greg, 27, who wasn't even that close to me. Whenever Lisa was around, Greg was the only one who seemed genuinely happy to see her. I thought it was a good sign, but now I'm starting to question it. To make matters worse, whenever I mentioned Lisa in conversations with my friends, they all went silent and gave me weird looks. It was like they were avoiding the topic altogether. So I took the hint and stopped talking about her with them. Maybe I was being clueless, but I didn't realize there was something bigger going on. Now, here's where it gets messy. I was completely oblivious to the fact that trouble was brewing. I was floating on cloud 9, thinking everything was peachy keen with Lisa. We even had this little system going where we had to call each other before showing up at each other's places. Seemed like a minor thing, especially since I had a spare key to her apartment. I mean, we were in a solid place, or so I thought. Boy, was I in for a surprise. One day, I decided to pay Lisa a surprise visit, thinking I would catch her off guard with some romantic gesture. What I walked into was straight out of a bad movie. I opened the door, only to find Lisa and Greg in the middle of some intense BDSM session, with Greg taking the submissive role. Yeah, I'm scarred for life. You'd think there would be some remorse or apologies, right? Nope. When they saw me standing there, caught red-handed, only Greg had the decency to look remorseful. Lisa, on the other hand, had the audacity to tell me not to feel bad. According to her, it was just sex with Greg, nothing more. And, oh yeah, she made it a point to let me know that I could never satisfy her needs in the bedroom. Edit. Turns out the reason my friends didn't like her anymore was because she had tried to get in bed with 3 of them apart from Greg. When they heard about the whole situation, they said they wanted to tell me about it, but I looked so in love with her, they just didn't want to butt in. I think I need new friends. Update. About 2 weeks ago, I started receiving gifts anonymously. Guess who they were from? My ex. I had a bad feeling about them, so I never took them out of the boxes even. She finally showed up in person at my apartment wanting to cozy up on me. I didn't allow her in. I maintained courtesy until she told me all those gifts were from her. I got pissed off, and she went into the house, packed up all the gift boxes, 4 of them, and dumped them in her hands. The shock on her face was epic. Like, what was she even expecting? A cookie? She huffed and left. Hasn't been around again, hopefully never. I'm sorry this happened to you, OP. Your friends were looking out for your heart, but I think they should have told you. Lisa is a cheater that's always going to cheat because she doesn't find anything wrong in the act. So you did yourself a favor by saying goodbye to her and breaking things off. Greg sucks. Definitely cut him out of your life. I hope when you're ready to enter the dating world again, you'd meet a woman who would love you and be loyal to you. Story 2. So here's the deal. While cruising the net, I, 39 male, found something posted about my wife, 36 of 12 years, cheating on me. Normally, I wouldn't give it much thought as iNet drama happens sometimes. But the scenario described seemed to fit a time when she went out with friends. Then a few days later, somebody posted a comment that related. She had cheated on me before. I didn't know the details of how she picked up on guys, but the comment described was awfully familiar. Short story, she hooked up with the guy and just left for about a week. I found out where she was at, it was a small town, and we ended up working it out. And now the twist. As part of the solution, we talked about having an open relationship. I've had friends who were like this and made it work. She was extremely resistant and decided not to go this route. Ever since that conversation, she was suspicious of me cheating. Although I've had platonic female friends whom I've always told my wife about, I've never cheated on her. I'm an honest person with her and hide nothing. I'm starting to feel like I'm not getting the same respect out of her. Right now, we're separated on business. We talk daily and even Skype. She puts on a good front like she isn't doing anything, and I think that she doesn't know that I suspect something. To make matters even worse, she's completely dependent on me. She has no job and has quit school. She talks about going back to school and probably will, but other than that, she's got nothing but time. I'm not sure of this course of action. I honestly feel that she's been cheating on me. I love her, and we've been together for 12 years. There's no children in the house, and most of our belongings can be split amicably. I'm considering a permanent position hundreds of miles away, and I'm not sure if I should bring her along. What do I do? Update. At the advice of a private investigator friend, I decided to create a fake online identity. I emailed her using the profile recalling one of her outings that I had found enough about. We chatted online for about an hour and traded emails. She was so wasted on this night, it all worked out. I asked if she had a boyfriend and she denied it. Claimed to be all alone with our cats. Arranged a date with her for the weekend, she accepted. Spent another hour chatting with her online as the fake ID. Got her to open up about some things. All of it is complete lies. She said she was married but now divorced for about 2 years. Her excuse was shit. She first blamed my being in the military. Then she switched, saying that I was the one who cheated. I asked her how she knew for sure. Her response was that I admitted it while drinking. I then asked, under the pseudonym, if she knew who it was. She responded with, many. She's been calling me a lot lately. I'm sensing she has something on her mind. I know exactly what it is. Still pretends that everything's okay. We talked at 10 p.m. After the online chat with my alter ego. She sounded very tired and fatigued. I was also tired and went to bed. I wake up in the morning and check my email to find one sent by her at 5 a.m. just saying that she loves me. We talked again a few hours later. She said that she had a bout of insomnia, which I believe to be true as I suffer from the same. What I also know about it is that it's caused by anxiety and a restlessness of the mind. So I asked her if anything is on her mind, a chance to admit her doing. She says that she had a cup of strong coffee at 8 p.m. the night before and that the insomnia is just a hereditary thing, which is also true. The reveal. So I visited her this weekend and did my best to hold off the confrontation until the end of my visit. Unfortunately, that didn't work so well. On day 2, we were drinking a lot at home. This is also the supposed day that she was supposed to have scheduled a date with my online alter ego. She had canceled this date, stating that her sister was coming in from out of town on a surprise visit. The sister she was talking about was me. I initiate a calm conversation with, "What would you be doing if I wasn't here?" She responds, stating that she'd be at home watching TV or something. So I begin to probe, dropping hints about the email conversation with the alter ego. She denies everything, claiming to not know what I'm talking about. This is where I break out the evidence. Showing her an email from a friend reporting a prior incident, then the website, and halfway through the whole email chat with my alter ego, she gets nervous to her stomach and rushes to the bathroom to ensue puking. Much of this is due to the alcohol, I can attest, but the reality check didn't help. After this, she doesn't let me finish and stammers off to her best friend's place a few doors down. After an hour, she returns with her friend and the barrage on me ensues. I lost it a couple times, but otherwise held my ground. This wasn't about cheating, it was about lying and being deceitful. Her friend finally left and we continued until we were both too tired to discuss this any longer. The next morning, the decision is made. She's sorry, of course, and loves me. I'm sure she does. But it comes down to the fact that for whatever reason, she lied to me and to somebody else about our relationship. She won't consider alternative solutions, such as open marriage with complete disclosure, and her issues are too deeply rooted for me to think that she can or will change. I tell her that I'm moving on, and over the course of the next couple months, unless she does something to completely change my mind, I will be filing for divorce. I'm accepting the job offer in the new city and creating a new life for myself. If she wants to be a part of that, then she has to seriously consider some things. Your relationship is over, OP. You've got enough evidence to prove that your wife has been cheating on you, and you've even made provisions to start a new life in a different city. There's absolutely no need to include your wife in your new life. Your relationship has gotten to a point of no return, and I think the only thing you need to do right now is file for divorce. Yes, you could try to work things out, but I don't think that's going to work. I feel the only thing you'll be doing is dragging out the inevitable, which is that your marriage has come to an end, so just end it. Start a new life, and let your wife start one for hers too. Now for some comments. Unless you're trying to publish a book about this experience, I see no reason to continue talking to her with your alter ego. You have everything you need to confront her. Maybe talk to a lawyer first to see what you need to do to end your marriage swiftly, and how your evidence would play out in court. You make it sound like you don't live with your wife, saying she's been calling you a lot lately. Is this the case? That would make the breakup so much easier. Just tell her that the fake profiles belong to you, you've been baiting her, and end it. If you want to add even more drama, set up the date. Take all of her shit you have of hers, along with your proof, and put it on her vehicle at the meeting place. Call her and tell her you left something in her car. It's time to call a lawyer, buddy. This really doesn't seem healthy for both of you. It seems to me that you're holding out on confronting her because you want her to tell you yourself. What that will prove to you is not quite clear to me. I think you should stop this charade and confront her cheating with her head on. This is her second chance in your marriage, right? After she left you and ran away, you worked it out, but she's still cheating, lying, and being shifty. Did you try counseling? This does not seem like a viable marriage to me.